Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to talk about the race to the bottom in the gig economy. How the engineers and the executives of these gig apps are driving down the pay for the drivers, the workers, while they're increasing the cost for the customer and the business. Now, typically, on a traditional slave plantation, the pay doesn't change for the slaves. They just continue to make their same pay, which is $15, $20, $30, $40 an hour. And traditionally, on a traditional plantation, the costs only increase for the customer and for the supplier. It never, the cost for the worker, the slave, never changes, except in the gig economy. Think about it, guys. If you work at Walmart and you make $20 an hour, when they raise the cost or lower the cost of an item in that store, they don't mess with your pay. Your pay stays the same. See? If they lower the whatever vendor, Frito-Lay, Pepsi, Hershey's, Wonder Bread, whatever company, whatever vendors coming in there, that price has nothing to do with the employee, with the worker. Only in the gig economy. That's how I know that this is these are slave apps. And they're designed to put the entire burden on the slave that's in the field. He gets all of the negative feedback from the whole system. If you work at McDonald's, your pay don't change because the cost of the item increases, or because the cost of the item decrease, or because the customer pays more or less, or the vendor pays more or less, or whoever's affecting the business pay. Your cost does not go down. Rarely, if ever, does an employee experience a pay reduction. Now, an employee may experience reduced hours, but never a per hour pay reduction. Only in the gig economy will your pay go from a base pay or a $5, $6, $7 down to $2, $3. And see, you have to factor in the fact that if you working a regular 9-to-5 job, a W-2 job, you're not putting anywhere until your vehicle. You can walk to work. You can ride your bike to work. You can ride a scooter to work. You can ride public transportation to work. You're not out of pocket of any additional costs when you go to your stable 9-to-5 job. But in the gig economy, you are out of time, if the orders are not often and frequent and consistent. You have to pay for your own gas. You have to perform your own maintenance. And you got to consider the wear and tear, depreciation, and the miles of your vehicle. The brakes, axles, bearings, the hazardous environment of maybe getting into a car accident. You have to deal with the restaurant, and they may be slow. You have to deal with the traffic. You have to deal with the weather. You have to deal with other drivers. You have to deal with gate codes in apartment complexes. You have to deal with potholes. You have to deal with road rage. But your pay goes down. The more risk that you put yourself in, the lower your pay goes. $2, $3. Guys, it's going to continue to go down. It's not going to go up. The only way for their profit to go up trifecta is to raise the cost of the service, which you're not going to get any of that increase. Raise the cost of the fees to the restaurant, which you're not getting any of that increase. Raise the membership fee, which you're not going to get any of that increase as a driver. What you know what's going to happen to you after all these raises and inflation and all these fees and service fees and delivery fees and convenience fees and express fees? After all those fees go up for the restaurant and the customer, your base pay goes down. That shit goes down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know what's coming after 1, don't you? 99 cents. 89 cents. 79 cents. You think I'm playing? Watch. Watch how the pay goes further down. And watch how DoorDash will make $11 to $12 billion over the next 12 months. Billion. 11 to 12 billion dollars. DoorDash. The stock price for DoorDash is between 120 and 130. The stock price for Uber is between 65 and 70. See, guys, so you are being played. And on top of that, they're stealing money from you. They're stealing tips from you. They're deactivating you. And you're putting in all of the risks of getting a bad rating, of getting accused of stealing food, eating food. You're taking on all of the risks while the customer is safely at work or safely in their home, while the employees are safely at the restaurant, McDonald's, Waffle House, Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, Five Guys, In-N-Out Burger, Raising Cane. All the employees are safely in their safe space. They can jack the order up, they can mess the whole order up. And you pick that order up. And you take it to the customer. You are the bad guy. They're gonna take your tip. You're the bad person. See? Because they can't really blame the restaurant. And then on top of that, when these customers complain to DoorDash, DoorDash only refund about 38% of the time. Most of the time, they don't give a full refund. They may give you like a coupon or some kind of discount for the next order, $5 in-app coupon. That's what you get. Only about 38% of the time will DoorDash give a full refund. And same with Uber Eats. Because they're not in a refund business. They're in the money-taking business. They're in the soul-sucking business. They're in the blood-sucking business. They are leeches and mosquitoes. But you have to make your body available to them to suck on. See? So guys, you are the fool for putting yourself on the street corner and your pay goes down. No other industry, nowhere in America do the employees' pay goes down as the revenue for the company and the cost of everything else goes up. Nowhere are the numbers manipulated and stolen from. Like an employer can't say, I'm gonna give you $20 an hour, then when you get your check, it's at $15 an hour. But DoorDash can do it. Ubereats can do it. Lyft can do it. They can steal your tips and you won't even know it. It's harder for a company to do it, even though Target, Walmart, and Kroger, they have been accused of wage theft. But it's in the more sophisticated way, which they have paid for those. Hold on, guys. Okay, guys, here's an article right here talking about Walmart and the wage stuff. See, this is how they steal from the employees also. It says the news comes as more details come to light about the horrific fire that swept through a Bangladesh clothing factory, killing more than 100 workers. Workers at the factory produce clothes for Walmart and other major retailers. Earlier in the year, workers at Walmart supplier CJ Seafood revealed that they had been forced to work up to 24-hour shifts with no overtime pay and were sometimes locked into the plant to prevent them from taking breaks. See, these workers right here, I don't know if they're Americans or if they're immigrants, but this is how they want to treat them. This is how they want to treat the immigrants. They want free labor. They want slaves. Walmart is a multi-hundred billion dollar company, but they want slaves. They don't want to pay anybody. They want free labor. That's how the Matrix want. It want to suck your soul and dispose of you. That's how the Matrix is, guys. Let me continue. No overtime pay. Look, let me read this again. Workers at Walmart supplier CJ Seafood revealed that they had been forced to work up to 24-hour shifts with no overtime pay and were sometimes locked into the plant to prevent them from taking breaks. Walmart has a major problem in its supply chain, said University of Southern California professor Juan De Laura, an expert on supply chain logistics. Walmart's relentless focus on producing goods at the lowest possible cost has left workers without the supply chain extremely vulnerable. Throughout the supply chain, extremely vulnerable. In Bangladesh, workers died because they had no fire exit. In Louisiana, guest workers were threatened with violence against themselves and their families. See that, guys? These people, I'm telling you, you can't be working for these psychopaths. If you choose to, that shit, it's up to you. You're putting your life and your safety at risk with violence against themselves and their families. And now these warehouse workers in Southern California have shown that despite having to work long, hard hours under perilous conditions, they were often not even paid the legal minimum wage. And so you know if they're in Southern California, they're migrants. They probably here, they probably here with, on some kind of work visa or somewhere they can take advantage of these guys. Let's read one more, guys. In October 2011, workers who were jointly employed at Walmart warehouse by Snyder Logistics and two temporary staffing agencies, Premier Warehousing Ventures and Impact Logistics, filed the Carrillo class action to recover back pay, penalties, and damages. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest of this. But so you see what I'm saying? So, about 85,000 workers labor in warehouses in the Inland Empire and San Bernardino and Riverside counties, loading and unloading goods that enter through our nation's busiest ports in Long Beach and Los Angeles en route to major retailers like Walmart. The majority of workers are hired through temp agencies, paid low wages, receive no benefits, and have no job security. There you go, guys. This is the gig economy on wheels. That's why I call the gig economy a mobile sweatshop. You saw what I just read it for you. The majority of workers are hired through temp agencies. That's what the gig economy is. It's a temp agency. You receive low wages, you receive no benefits, and you have no job security. See, guys, that's what I'm talking about. So you gotta be wise, man. You gotta be wise when you're dealing with these psychopaths, man, because they want to abuse you, they want to use you, they want to abuse you, and they want to treat you like garbage, and they want to put all of the responsibility and problems on your back. And both the restaurant and the customers are part of the problem, but you are also you are in the middle. So the customers that go to Walmart all the time, they want low cost. But they don't want the low cost at the expense of their fellow Americans. I would rather pay more money so my people can, my fellow Americans can live a decent life. At least pay the people what you say you're gonna pay them. But they want to steal and cheat and lie. And that's how they get richer and richer and richer. People say, oh, people getting rich because they work so hard. No, they getting rich because they steal so much. That's how they create their wealth. And they seduce you into thinking that you can be rich too. And if you want to be rich too, you got to cut some corners. That's right. You're going to have to cut some corners. You're going to have to get a little shady. You're going to have to be a little dirty. You're gonna have to stab some backs. You're gonna have 2, 3, 4 faces if you're trying to get rich in this economy. Not saying that you can't, I'm just saying you have to be prepared to follow the rules and play the game of the Matrix. When the Matrix say jump, you just gotta say how high. Over what cliff? Through what window? That's how you gotta think. If you're trying to get rich and be famous and all that shit, you got to sell your soul, guys. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about you wising up and realizing that the pay in the gig economy is not going to get any better. You got to have an exit plan, guys, and get off the plantation. Don't worry about everybody else. Worry about you and what you're planning on doing over the next 5 years. How are you going to sustain yourself? When the gig economy start collapsing because of the migrants, because of the customers saying, no, thank you. I don't want to pay $10, $20 for this. If money is getting tight, it's getting tight for everybody. That means some of the conveniences of the gig work, of the gig economy, some of those conveniences may go first. I don't know, guys. Something that you got to think about. Okay, guys, remember, guys, read what this says. Always low prices. Always low pay is what it should say. Always low pay. Matter of fact, I'm going to fix that. That's what it's going to say. Anyway, guys, until next time, guys, keep your life clean, keep your car clean, keep your mind clean, keep your body clean, keep your diet clean, guys. Download and deploy your antivirus software, debug and unplug from the Matrix, drink plenty of spring water to flush out the toxin, the chemicals, and the poison that's in the food supply. You are being poisoned, you're being micro-poisoned every day, and since you're operating in your lower self, you have not resurrected your consciousness. Because if you would have resurrected your consciousness, you'll be eating better, you'll be living better, you'll be doing better, you'll be thinking better. more positive, high frequency, high vibration. And since you're not doing any of those things, you're unconsciously poisoning your children and your pets. Everybody's going to be autistic, guys, in the next 10 years. Everybody's going to be on the autism spectrum. Everybody's going to be on a pharmaceutical drug within the next 20 years, guys. Everybody. Right now is at 70%. Give it 10 more years, it's going to be 90 to 100%. I'm not going to be on that shit. I'm still be on YouTube. I'm going to tell you about it. I'm not going to be on no pharmaceutical drugs. You got all these psychopaths running around here on pharmaceutical drugs. No. This is the first world country only on paper. We got a third world mindset. Third world mentality. Okay, guys? Until next time, guys. I'm Countryman777. I'm signing off. Now go and conquer yourself.